Well, depending on where you live, the checks you put in an outgoing mailbox may not be as safe as you think.
Audrey Godfrey has an eye-opener for anyone out there who lives in large buildings or apartment complexes that have their own mail rooms.
You are looking at mail fraud and ID theft in action.
The subject began stealing personal identifiers and names and dates of birth of individuals who lived in that building.
This video shows a suspect taking advantage of a flawed system for how mail is handled in most large apartment complexes.
The residents of that building, the victims, put their checks in an outgoing box, on an unofficial outgoing box supplied by the building.
This is where the crime would start. The suspect would steal outgoing checks that residents would put in these seemingly safe outgoing mailboxes, checks that were used to pay their monthly bills. He would then cross off the name on that check, redirect the check to a credit card that he had also opened up in yet another victim's name.
This would create an apparent overage on the credit card, and the suspect would then write the credit card company requesting a check for that overage.
And they would send the check to a mail that he controlled.
He was successful. There were 25 victims and over $100,000 in losses. But postal inspectors say we are all vulnerable.
Criminals, the bad guys, are only bound by their imagination. They'll do anything to get our information and use that information to wreak havoc. How
can you protect yourself? Make sure you're sending checks through a secure Postal Service collection box. Otherwise, you might be stamped a victim. Audrey Godfrey, ABC 7 News.